Hi everyone, welcome by watching Arzivendi by Slavomira. My name is Slavomira Hercegova and my today's guest is Andrea Theisz. She is empowering coach and she is helping women to find how to do something what they love. I'm not sure if I if I told it properly, so please
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So thank you, Slavomir, for having me here in your beautiful caravan. I'm very excited to be here and to share a little bit of my journey as well for all the watchers and all your audience, and maybe in a hope to inspire someone to do something very similar.
Yes, I was really inspired as I was reading your story. So please share your story. But at first, please tell what you do now.
hmm So, as you mentioned, I'm an empowerment coach for women who want to find something what they love doing in their lives. And what I basically do is I help all those women who don't like their careers because they're maybe stuck in a corporate job and they know there's more to life than just exchanging the time for money, but they don't know where to start, how to go about, because there is lots of fear usually. We don't know where to go, what are the steps. So I'm helping them to go through a process in developing that career, that job, what they like doing, and then also executing on that.
Amazing.
Thank you. And so I'm just gonna share a little bit more of my story because that's what happened to myself when I was younger, a bit younger than now. I'm still young, obviously, but so I grew up in Slovakia and I became a lawyer. And I became a lawyer because I thought this is the way how to help people, how to actually help, end the starvation in Africa. You imagine a little kid dreaming of, doing something like that, and then thinking that becoming a lawyer is the way. Yet it was not the way, obviously. I became a lawyer, and very soon afterwards, I realized that that's not the way. I didn't like what I was doing, and I knew there has to be something more in life than just, going every day to the office, working long hours, and not actually feeling the appreciation or the fun of life. As a young person, I was really excited to get into a legal career, but there was something missing. So at the age of, I'd say, 27, I understood I need to change something. So I quit my job. I quit my partner at the time, my boyfriend. I quit my apartment. We lived in Prague at the time. And I packed my little suitcase and I went to London. Where would you go else, right? So I really wanted to travel and experience life more than what it has been so far for me. And I can tell you there was this best moment when I was leaving Prague airport, Druzine, and the airplane just took off, and the feeling of that upliftment which I had in my chest, I knew this is the feeling which I want to have more of in my life. And it was so amazing and empowering that I knew I don't know exactly what I want to be doing in my life, but I know how I want to feel. And that feeling has led me to change my career many, many times, even afterwards. So I arrived in London and I found a job very quickly. I started studying again there. I was working for the Slovak embassy. I was doing a lot of things. I was doing business. I was helping businesses in London. And when I graduated in King's College of London, basically doing law again, I decided to look for another job. And then a huge corporation came over. They handhunted me to Dublin to start working for them as a lawyer. So I had that experience being a legal counsel for a large corporation, and I knew it's not for me, right? So very quickly then I decided, so something else needs to happen again, and I didn't know where to go. I was a lawyer. I didn't know what skills do I have outside of law, and this is something which many women struggle with as well, right? We've done the career for a very long time, so now I see myself, I'm a lawyer, I'm an accountant, I don't know, I'm a PR manager, something like that. And then suddenly what else is there to be doing, right? Nobody wants to go back to scratch for to an entry level position, losing the money, losing the lifestyle, obviously. Yet we want to get somewhere else where the experiences are required, the education is required. So what I did is I shaved my head and I went to India. That was my solution to my problem, right? I was really lucky enough to get a sabbatical leave from my corporate job. I had an amazing manager at that time. I don't think I would get that anywhere else. And I went to India. So I traveled in India for 6 months. I did all kinds of yoga, meditations. I traveled. I meditated in caves. So, like on a Christmas day, one day, I was sitting in Nepal in Vipassana meditation retreat. And it was a Christmas day, and I was sitting on that really cold floor in my meditation pose with my eyes closed, and I was just talking to myself inside. I was talking to myself and asking myself, Andrea, what are you looking for? What is it that you want? Are you like crazy? you know, Back home, everyone is having fun. It's a Christmas day. Everybody's eating good foods. They're having presents and fun with family and friends, and you're doing what? And that was my awakening, I would say. I was like, okay, so maybe what I'm looking for is not actually out there. There is no guru, there is no person, there is no scripts which can tell me what to do with my life. There are no answers out there. There are only answers in the inside. So I ended up my journey in India with that, and I returned back to civilization, so to speak. And then the real journey begin. The real journey on the inside. And very soon afterwards, I was able to change my career. I got an opportunity with the same company to change um, for a position as a competitive analyst, which was very much what I wanted at the time. It had an aspect of coaching, of business, it had all those perks which I was looking for at that time. So I took it on. But very early in that career, I also realized that this is not what I want to be doing. It's not yet my end station, right? There is a bit of a journey to go. And after having 3 burnouts in 1 year in that corporate job, I said, okay, now I'm getting the clues, universe. Okay, thank you for showing me this is not the way. Yet, I would not probably do the leap of faith if I didn't have those signs, right? So I said to myself, enough is enough. My health is important. I can't do this job any longer. So I quit that job and I started traveling. And I, started my own business. That was 4 years ago. And then COVID hit. So I returned back to Slovakia. And, that was the best decision. But I keep saying about every decision I made in my life, that was the best decision ever. But I truly believe in it. Because I don't believe there are any coincidences in life, anyhow. Everything what happens is happening for us, it's not happening to us. And even though sometimes I just didn't get that, I didn't understand why is this happening right now, it became very clear afterwards. So while I was still in my corporate job, for example, I became a yoga teacher as well, right? I was in India, so I did all those things, and I was teaching yoga in Dublin, like alongside my corporate job. And I thought that's my future. That's what I want to be. I want to be a yoga teacher. I will open up my yoga studio eventually. And I was giving it all my all to the yoga practice and, to the studio I was teaching with. Yet suddenly I got kicked out of that studio, and I was in a shock. I was like, they must be kidding. Like, why is this happening? I'm the best teacher. I'm dedicated. I'm driving 50 kilometers every day to different places to teach, yoga and all of that. Why is this happening? And I was upset, obviously. And then I got it. I really got it. This is not my way. This is not my way. This is just universe gently, still very gently, kicking me out of the way, which is not for me. So I said, okay, dear universe, if yoga or being a teacher is not for me, show me the way. And I realized I can't be tied to one place. I need to be able to move. And as a yoga teacher, it's kind of tricky. So what I realized, no, you need to be doing online stuff. You need to be able to move, to travel a lot, because this is what my heart wants. This is what my soul needs. I can't be in an office, and at the same time I can't be in a yoga studio like all the time or working for one. So basically that was the point where I decided to give it my all to my business. That was 4 years ago. And now, even though I'm back to Slovakia, that doesn't mean, that, I'm bound to one place. Now, because of the overall situation, yes, obviously I can't travel, but that's not going to stop me, once um, it all gets lifted and then the situation gets better. So I can say that I'm very, very happy that all those things happened to me, that I got burned out in my job, that I got kicked out of the yoga teaching job, and that I had a very difficult experience within corporate world as well, because it all led me to basically do what I'm doing now today. So these were all brilliant experiences, and even though I had a very hard time with my manager then, that time, now I'm saying thanks to you, because if it was not that person, I would never probably realize what I really want, because I didn't want that thing. I knew what I really want in my life. So it was just all leading me to that one point, which is becoming a coach, helping other women to go through the same. And I can tell you, Slavka, that, I'm talking to women like myself, back then, every single day. And it really breaks my heart to see actually so many women struggling in their jobs, in their careers, where they've studied something, they became something within the company, they got into senior positions, and now the position with the money, with all the perks, is actually a golden cage because they can't escape. We all have obligations, we all have, our bills to pay, and it's not even also all the time about the money. It's also about how do you get out of the ways which you are so used to. How do you get out of the habits which you've created over your entire life, and also the attachment to the position. Like, so many people are just not willing to let go suddenly of being that someone within the company, of having that position. So that's the part where it really is a process, where someone needs to be ready to give that up, because we can't be holding on to that and move forward to something which we like or love in life, right? And like, I'm talking to women, and women don't want to change their jobs or careers because of money most of the time, right? What is important for us as women is to have the flexibility, to have um, that space to even take care of ourselves, to take care of our families, our own needs, all the ways how our systems work. Like, we are not machines. We can't be working 24/7 every day, or 9 to 5, or whatever we work, at the same level of energy, of the same level of like productivity which is required in our corporations basically these days. So those jobs, they don't reflect our needs. And as women, we have, I would say, very specific needs, and nobody, like, those positions are not taking that into account. So I'm not surprised that these days many more women are waking up. They are realizing, hold a second, this is just not working for me. Why am I doing this to myself? Especially with 2020, we've experienced this pandemic. It has been such a wake up call for so many. It's like, this is not working for me. I don't feel happy. I feel frustrated. And till then, maybe those things were working somehow. But from 2020, it has become so much more obvious. It's just not working. We can't be lying to ourselves any longer that this is okay. This is okay, sacrificing my own happiness for what? What I'm actually getting in return is just money. And once we realize that money can be earned in so many different ways, it doesn't have to be like a bargain. I give you my life and you give me money. I can give you my talents, my skills, but it can be much more equal relationship than what we see. So, I'm very passionate about that because I believe that we all deserve something better than maybe what we have. And I don't care whether you want to be a sailor on a ship, or I don't know, drive your caravan around Europe, or whatever you want to be doing, because that's your dream, right? It needs to fulfill you. So when I'm talking to women, they usually don't know what they want. It's not a surprise, but we need to figure that out for ourselves. Like, nobody's gonna tell you what to do. Is gonna give you the permission to start doing what you want to be doing. Yet it's our responsibility. It's very simple. If you want to be happy, figure it out. What makes you happy in the first place? But my case was the same. When I was in that corporate job, I did not know what makes me happy, because I was so used to following others people's requirements, their opinions, what to do, how to study, how to work, their ethics, their rules for every job we are at. We are losing ourselves in those jobs. I was in law for more than 12 years, and I didn't know myself. I didn't know who I was as a person, as a personality. So I had to discover that. So, I went to India, did all those things, and it is a journey. It is a journey of self-discovery, of coming back home to what is important, and allowing myself actually to be doing what I truly want. And that seems like a luxury to many, but it's possible.
Yes, I can so resonate with your story, with everything you are talking about, because for me it was the same. And for me it was, I didn't feel fulfillment, and I didn't allow myself, like, give myself permission to do something only for me.
Hmm.
So then I forgot what I want. I just didn't know
Hmm.
exactly as you are talking about. So how you help women in this position?
That's a good question. The way how I'm, helping women is to actually we are going through a process. It's a coaching process. It usually takes 6 months. Because I don't believe there are any shortcuts which we, can take. S Like, we are all different, right? It can happen for someone even in a shorter period of time, but I just want to make sure that we go through the process in a way that it's gonna bring results. And somebody might see results already in their first month or second month, but we need that time to actually really ingrain those new habits into our bodies, into our DNA, so to speak. So it doesn't evaporate after a couple of weeks. It's not just a great idea to have in the mind, but it really gets into the body. It really gets into the subconscious mind as well. And it becomes a habit. So it's a transformation. So basically, you are becoming a new version of yourself, the new version who has that job, has that career which you want. There is up leveling of so many things, the confidence, self beliefs, beliefs about everything else around, which is important to do. And you becoming the new version of yourself. I'm always saying it's a higher version, but that doesn't mean that the old version was like bad and the new one is, better or like good. They're all equal. It's just what you want right now. And I'm always saying it's always like, as kids, we were playing with toys, and then we grew up and we're not playing with toys any longer, right? So it's an evolution. It's evolution of our soul as well on the inside. So no surprise, we want different things. We crave different environments. We want all those things which we grown into. And our soul is always calling us for that. It's a purpose we have. I believe everyone has a purpose on this planet, and it's a very unique purpose. Like the form, how it looks like, what we do, so we actually feel fulfilled. Many people think being fulfilled is luxury. How can you like something and get paid for it? How can you enjoy your life and not suffer? We're so addicted to suffering so many times because we think we have to deserve all those things. That's not true. So, all those beliefs, they have to be replaced by something else, actually, by beliefs that they will serve us in a better way than the old beliefs, because they are already those beliefs of that child which was playing with those toys, and now it is the time to grow up.
Exactly. Please, can you share some story of your client, or how can it looks like this
So
evolution?
yeah, absolutely. So it's a personal growth, I would say, right? It's very much personal growth. And it's just about understanding, how our mind works, how our psyche works, right? I'm very careful about words like soul and all of that, but you can call it even, in a different way if you like this. It might be your higher self. So we are kind of expanding on that version, right? And what many women are discovering on that journey is basically they start loving themselves more. They are, they don't, they don't take personally what other people think, what other people say about them, right? They, the sense of value and worth is just, going up and up through the roof. And so many women, even at the beginning, they might say, I don't mind the money, like I can get a job which is not paying me that well, but I want to be doing something which I love, right? But throughout the process, almost every woman realizes her value, her worth, and she wants to get paid more. She understands that she deserves, to get the equivalent of her worth, because money is only energy anyhow. It's not the banknotes, it's not the golden bricks in the bank, it's energy. So it's exchange of energy. And you understand that when you're exchanging that energy, when you're giving it away with your skills, your talent, your services, you're helping someone else, you are entitled to get it back. It's not a relationship where you would demand it back. You have to pay me because I'm giving you this. No, it's really, the worth which is realized in that moment. So many women change even their heart throughout the journey. So, for example, at the beginning, you might be saying, I just want another job, like less stress, less demanding, more flexibility. Maybe I don't want to be working overtimes and all of that, right? Because we are overworked these days. That's kind of like a pattern everywhere. And then throughout the process, they are realizing more and more what they want. So the clarity is coming. And then many women actually say they want to start their own business because they're realizing they don't want to be working for anyone else anymore. They want that freedom, that flexibility. So that's why I'm so excited about this process, because I believe strongly that everyone should be working for themselves, like really, to be able to enjoy those freedoms, which you really can't have when you are an employee, because we know how it works. It's a consensus, and I know it's just not what so many women want. Um, and I'm always, empowering them to start thinking about those terms as well. No matter how it looks like, it's your business, it's a freelancing, it's a gig, you're working on contracts, on projects, whatever that is, but they will realize the same, that the control of life is coming from the inside. It's not coming from other people around. So the realization that they have much more control than they actually think. So I think it's just a beautiful journey of the self discovery, and at the same token, everything else will get influenced by that. The levels of confidence, the way the women talk, the way they think about themselves, the way they dress, how they take care of themselves, their relationships within family, with kids, everything gets affected at the same time. So it's not just their professional job or their work, what they do. So I'm absolutely excited about this, yet it's a journey. Again, it's a journey, and I believe that we all need help on that journey. We are very unlikely to go through a journey like this by ourselves, because our own habits, our old patterns, they will just pull us back. They will not allow us to move forward. So we need someone who is guiding us through this journey and, so to speak, holding the hand and saying, don't worry, this path is safe, because it's a big unknown for someone who hasn't done that. But once you are on the other side, you know that every step of that journey is leading you to that end goal, and you can't go back. Like, you shouldn't go back if you want to get there. But our old habits, they're just pulling back. They're saying, no, 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 don't do that. Don't try too much. Don't put yourself out there. Don't go and do YouTube video, right? Because it's scary. Don't go and ask people to do something for you. That's scary as well. But the more you put yourself out there, the more you go after your dream, the more it takes the shape, and the more empowerment comes along as well with that. So, I'm talking all over the place now, I know, but this is the journey, and it's gonna happen. Like, at some point it's just gonna click, and it's just gonna become really ingrained in the body. So it becomes natural to do it this way more than in the old way. And so many women are just saying, and me myself included, once I'm there, I'm like looking back at my life, what I did, what I experienced. I'm like, why was I doing that? How could I have stayed there for so long? Why was I so afraid of taking that step, right? But we only get those insights once we hit the goal, or once we um, past certain journey. So it's just incredible, like, what can happen on a journey like this. So yeah, this is the way.
Yes, amazing. So, if you inspired someone, please share your contacts or how it's possible to find you and work with you.
So the best way would be to look me up on Facebook under Andrea Theisz. I have a professional business page as well as my personal profile, and shoot me a message, direct message me over Facebook. Come become a friend with me. That's the best way. I have a website as well, which is www.andreatheisz.com. So you can always, get in contact through there and let me know if there's anything I can help you with. I'm holding a lot of free webinars where you can get tons of value as well. And I'm always working on something new. So
Yes, I realized you are doing so much. So, okay, I will put link in comments so you can find it there.
thank you.
Okay, so thank you very much. It was like I feel so inspired because it was my journey too.
Mm,
So,
yeah.
yes, thank you very much for your sharing.
Thank you, Slavka,
And
for having me. Thank you, everyone, for watching this. And please do get in touch if there's anything I can help you with.
thank you. Bye. See you by the next video.